Number 1. Bali, a tourist paradise, but a plastic waste hell. Indonesia is the world's fourth most populous country with over 283 million people, and also ranks among the most polluted nations on the planet. Let's start with Bali, which welcomed nearly 3 million tourists in the first 6 months of 2023. Beneath its stunning beaches and ancient temples, Bali faces one of the world's most serious plastic waste crises, with garbage piled up in its streets, beaches, and rivers. Waste management and recycling programs remain limited and insufficient to handle this enormous amount of waste. Indonesia currently accounts for about 10% of global plastic pollution, second only to China. In 2019, Gary Benegib founded Sungai Watch to collect garbage from rivers before they reach the sea. In just 2 hours, his team collected 200 kilos of plastic waste. Over 3 years, they stopped more than 1,700 tons of waste. But compared to the amount of plastic flowing into the sea, this is only a very small fraction. According to 2025 data, the level of plastic waste in rivers like the Citarum and Jakarta rivers remains extremely high, with 74 to 87% of floating debris being plastic and microplastic density measured at 15 times the normal level, demonstrating that the challenge has not diminished. The story in Bali is not just about the environment, but also about innovation born from need. Several pilot projects are currently being implemented in Bali and Jakarta, experimenting with converting waste into electricity for the region and reducing the amount of waste flowing into rivers. In addition, community organizations are implementing a Waste for Essentials program in some residential areas, helping to reduce the pressure of household waste while raising awareness about recycling and waste treatment. These efforts demonstrate that creativity and community can work together to mitigate environmental impact even in densely populated and high tourism areas. Bali is a place where both breathtaking beauty and serious environmental challenges converge. What are your thoughts on this situation? Share your experiences and reflections in the comments below. Number 2. Java overload. Booming economy. Depleted environment. Java is Indonesia's main economic engine, with a population density exceeding 1,000 people per square kilometer, making it one of the most densely populated regions on Earth and the nation's largest industrial center. Rows of factories seem to stretch to the horizon, and this industrial expansion places immense pressure on the environment. One of the most serious consequences is plastic and microplastic pollution in the air and water, from industrial zones to densely populated residential areas. In Trapedo, an industrial village in eastern Java, small factories not only emit conventional emissions, but also burn plastic waste as fuel, releasing thick black smoke and microplastic particles into the air, posing a risk of contamination not only to the air, but also through food and drinking water. A worrying finding is that microplastics have been detected in the air of central urban areas, with dozens of particles per 9 bamisorins of air, indicating that microplastic pollution has spread into the daily environment. Located about 800 kilometers from Bali, the capital Jakarta faces an even more serious environmental challenge. With over 30 million inhabitants, Jakarta not only has to cope with the highest traffic congestion and air pollution in Indonesia, but is also gradually sinking due to excessive groundwater extraction and climate change, leaving many areas below sea level and frequently flooded during the rainy season, accompanied by river and drainage system inundations. To address this, the government is implementing large-scale infrastructure projects such as building hundreds of kilometers of seawalls along the northern coast of Java to combat rising sea levels, with international cooperation worth tens of billions of dollars. Furthermore, air pollution in Jakarta has caused respiratory problems such as pneumonia and acute respiratory illnesses in over 6 million residents, increasing the burden on healthcare and treatment costs across the city. The pollution situation in Java and Jakarta is not just a number or data point. It directly impacts the lives, health, and long-term future of millions of residents. This transforms Java from an economic hub into a mirror reflecting the environmental challenges facing rapidly developing cities in the 21st century. Number 3. Kungkumu, a slum city surviving amidst piles of garbage. This leads us to one of the most challenging realities of Indonesian urban life. According to the Asian Development Bank, over 29 million people, or 20% of the urban population, live in slums known as Kungkumu. These entire invisible cities are constructed from corrugated iron, scrap wood, recycled plastic, and discarded materials from factories and industrial zones, creating a landscape that is both makeshift and vibrant. Only 2% of urban areas have adequate drainage systems, resulting in sewage and garbage overflowing everywhere. During the rainy season, floods inundate narrow alleyways, turning neighborhoods into filthy seas, forcing children to stand on tables or makeshift structures to avoid the flooding. Over 40% of households lack private toilets, and electricity is supplied via makeshift wiring from nearby industrial zones, posing a high risk of electric shock. Despite living in such harsh conditions, the people have found ways to adapt and thrive. They built bridges themselves, installed temporary water pipes, created mini water filtration tanks, grew vegetables on corrugated iron roofs, and built vertical gardens on walls, utilizing every available space to improve their food and clean water sources. Many families also installed their own rainwater and wastewater recycling systems, reducing the pressure of water shortages during the dry season and ensuring drinking water for children and the elderly. The government's Kotaku program has improved over 6,800 hectares of impoverished residential areas, but more than 3,000 hectares remain unaddressed. Many residents are hesitant to move due to concerns about losing jobs, social networks, and close-knit communities. Non-governmental organizations, NGOs, have also collaborated to install rainwater storage tanks, temporary bridges, and water filtration systems in high-risk flood areas, and implemented environmental hygiene classes for children, raising community awareness and reducing waterborne-related illnesses. The situation in Kungkumu demonstrates the adaptability and ingenuity of people in extremely challenging urban environments. The residents not only survive, but also proactively improve their lives through on-site, creative, sustainable solutions based on practical experience, transforming the slums into a nearly self-sustaining living system, despite challenges from floods, waste, and makeshift infrastructure. Number 4. Surabaya, where trash is turned into money and bus tickets. Indonesia's innovation is currently shining brightly. In Surabaya, the country's second-largest city, the concept of waste has been completely reversed. Recyclable waste is no longer considered waste, but has become a real currency, used to exchange for cash, necessities, and even bus tickets. People bring plastic bottles, old newspapers, and aluminum cans to waste banks. With just 5 kilauang of plastic bottles or 2 kilauang of paper, they can receive a free bus ticket worth between $30 and $50. The system has deployed over 500 collection points that function as community banks, where people can withdraw between $2 and $10 at the end of each month. For many families, this amount is enough to buy food, clean water, daily necessities, and cover their children's school fees, significantly improving their quality of life. The results are impressive. Surabaya reduced its plastic waste by nearly 20% in just the first year of implementation. In 2025, some pilot areas recorded a reduction of up to 25% in plastic in small rivers and canals, while also raising recycling awareness among the community and local students. Schools in Surabaya even organized a Recycling Day program, where students learned how to sort waste and created products from recycled plastic to sell and raise funds. The government plans to expand this model to Jakarta, Bandung, and Medan. Several pilot projects are combining waste banks with compost production from organic waste, growing vegetables on corrugated iron roofs, and using plastic waste to create building materials for public areas. This system creates a sustainable value chain, reducing pollution while providing economic opportunities for impoverished residents. This is not just about recycling, but about reshaping how society can transform environmental challenges into real economic solutions, where waste becomes tangible value. It demonstrates human ingenuity in the face of overcrowded, polluted, and resource-scarce urban environments. Would you like a system like this to appear in your city? Share your experiences and opinions in the comments. Number 5. TikTok, Mud, and Tears. The dark side of Indonesian virtual money-making. The relationship between Indonesia and technology hasn't always been smooth. Currently, the country is witnessing a worrying phenomenon on TikTok, a platform where Indonesia has the second largest number of accounts in the world after the United States. Some individuals, particularly the elderly and women, are live streaming themselves bathing in mud, crying, or feigning distress to receive virtual gifts from viewers, which are then converted into real money, generating an income of $20 to $50 per day. higher than the average in rural Indonesia. A single live stream can last from 1 to 6 hours, attracting tens of thousands of viewers. This phenomenon has become so serious that the Indonesian Interior Minister has called on TikTok to delete violating accounts and control live streams containing abusive content, especially targeting the elderly. According to 2025 data, more than 1.2 million live streams related to virtual gift giving are conducted each month, with 65% of participants being women over 50 living in rural areas, creating significant economic and social pressure. Ironically, viewers from Indonesia, the Philippines, and the US often view sending virtual gifts as an act of charity, similar to tossing coins to street performers, but with the difference that they are sitting at home and using e-wallets. Some local communities have developed digital skills, education, and training projects, helping women and the elderly learn how to earn a legitimate income through e-commerce, learn crafts, or participate in environmental projects, reducing their dependence on live streaming for a living. Furthermore, survey data from 2025 also revealed that approximately 18% of virtual gift recipients experienced mild mental health issues due to the pressure of regularly live streaming, leading to the implementation of several community-based mental health support programs in rural provinces. This phenomenon is not just about income, it reflects how technology can both create opportunities and pose social risks. It is living proof of the challenge of balancing digital innovation, the economy, and public health in Indonesia. Number 6. Aceh. Tourism, Sharia, and public flogging. One of the shocking realities in Indonesia is its new criminal code, which contains many provisions that may surprise tourists. According to the soon-to-be effective regulations, extramarital affairs or cohabitation without marriage registration can lead to serious legal consequences. Violators could face up to 1 year in prison for adultery, while couples living together without marriage registration could face 6 months in prison. This law applies to both Indonesians and foreign residents, forcing tourists to carefully consider their travel plans, personal behavior, and public activities. In Aceh province, where strict Sharia law is applied, public flogging remains a punishment for many offenses, including adultery, gambling, drinking, and homosexual activity. In early 2022, one woman received 100 lashes for adultery, and 2 others received 77 lashes each for homosexual activity. In 2025, public flogging was still enforced for hundreds of violations each year, with areas in Aceh monitoring more strictly than most other provinces. Religious police directly oversee the execution of these punishments, ensuring Sharia law is properly enforced. This reflects the deeply conservative aspects of Indonesia and directly impacts the lives of both locals and tourists. Visitors are advised to thoroughly research local laws, including dress code, public conduct, social interaction, and personal relationships, especially in Aceh, to avoid unintentional violations. Tourism organizations and local communities often provide detailed guides to international visitors on Sharia law and mandatory regulations, helping to reduce risks and respect the local culture. These laws are not merely legal matters, but also demonstrate profound cultural differences and the influence of religious law on Indonesian social life. Number 7. The groom who married 87 times, a West Javanese-style repeated marriage. The story of Khan, a 64-year-old farmer from West Java, sounds extraordinary but is entirely true. He has been married 87 times and is preparing for his 88th marriage to one of his former wives. Of these, only 40 marriages were officially registered at the Religious Affairs Office. The rest were held according to traditional Indonesian ceremonies, reflecting how the community maintains ancient customs. At one point, Khan lived with more than 2 wives simultaneously, and in total, he has married 46 different women, some of whom agreed to marry him 3 or 4 times. The longest marriage lasted 14 years, while some lasted only a month or a week. He first married at the age of 14 to a girl 2 years older than him. According to Khan, the reason he married so many times was to respect women, not wanting them to feel like they were just fleeting affairs. Even if the relationship only lasts a week, he still considers marriage sacred. In 2025, cultural researchers noted that approximately 30% of West Java communities still maintain traditional wedding ceremonies, repeating the same ritual for the same couple, similar to how the Khan practices, to strengthen social bonds and mutual respect. Besides the con, many men and women in this community remarry an average of 4 to 6 times in their lives, some up to 10 times, as a way to protect property rights, maintain kinship ties, and stabilize the family. Premarital rituals, such as accompanying family processions to public ceremonies, are still practiced in over 60% of West Java's small villages, helping young people understand the importance of marriage and mutual respect. Families typically hold small wedding ceremonies costing between 500,000 and 2,000 rupiah each, combining Islamic rituals and local customs, ensuring that every marriage, whether short or long, is fully celebrated. Khan's story and that of the West Java community illustrate how tradition, respect for individuality, and local customs shape extraordinary choices in married life, remaining quietly but vividly present within the community in 2025. Number 8. Pawn, a secret ritual for seeking wealth in the darkness. Now let's turn to the Pawn Festival in Indonesia, held 7 times a year at the sacred mountain on the island of Java at the Gunung Kungkumu Temple. People don't just come to offer incense or traditional offerings. They participate in a ritual of intimate relations with complete strangers to pray for good fortune and wealth. Participants must choose the same partner for all 7 festivals, each spaced 35 days apart, and the partner must be a stranger, not their spouse, for the ritual to be recognized. Before beginning, they immerse themselves and bathe in a stream to purify their bodies, preparing both physically and mentally. At its peak, around 8,000 people participate in the area that locals call the Hill of Love. According to Cultural Data 2025, the pawn ritual is still quietly observed in small communities in Java, and families keep their identities secret to avoid violating Sharia law. Participants also perform the Black Moon Ball ritual, where they wear handcrafted masks carved from precious wood and walk through the forest around the sacred mountain on the night of the new moon. They move in a circle, holding candles in their hands and chanting traditional incantations, absolutely forbidden to speak a word other than the incantations. The meaning of the ritual is to connect the sacred energy of the mountain with people, protect the community from bad luck, pray for good fortune and prosperity in business, and increase unity within each participating family. Only those chosen by the village chief are allowed to participate in this ritual, and it takes place concurrently with the main ceremony, creating a mysterious and impressive experience. A widow facing financial difficulties shared that after participating in the festival, her business improved and her income increased significantly. According to 2025 records, the Black Moon Ball ritual attracts around 500 people each time and remains strictly secret, an important part of the cultural life of this small community in Java. These rituals reflect the interplay between traditional beliefs and modern life, existing quietly but vibrantly within the community. Number 9. Toraja, living with the dead and ancestral spirits. If you think living with the dead is strange, hear about the Toraja people of Sului. They maintain a unique tradition that reflects their deep belief in life and death. For the Toraja, death is not the end, but a transition to another world, where the spirit remains present among the living. Deceased relatives are kept in the house for weeks, months, or even years, meticulously preserved with a mixture of formalin and local herbs, placed in elaborately decorated coffins with fabrics, jewelry, and valuable items. Family members regularly visit, talk, bring food and gifts, believing the spirit is still present. In addition to the famous Rambu Solo Festival in 2025, an additional ritual called Coffin Spirit Night will still be held in the small community. In this ritual, the deceased's body is placed in an open coffin, incense is burned, and candles are lit around it, while younger members perform a circle dance and chant ancient incantations to strengthen the spiritual connection between the living and their ancestors, praying for good fortune and peace for the community in the coming year. After the ceremony, the body is dressed in new clothes and carried through the village before being buried in a cave or family tomb, similar to the Rambu Solo ritual, but with an emphasis on secrecy and community spirit. According to 2025 records, the Rambu Solo Festival, along with its supplementary rituals, attracts more than 500 participants each time, maintaining strict secrecy and remaining an important part of Toraja cultural life. These rituals reflect the interplay between traditional beliefs and modern life, existing quietly but vibrantly within the community. Number 10. Jakarta's Two Sides, Strict Laws and the Entertainment Underworld. Jakarta's nightlife reveals a mysterious and contradictory underworld within Indonesian society. Despite the potential for 5 years in prison for adultery and 4 years for viewing adult films, the city boasts a thriving illegal adult entertainment industry. From cheap services to luxurious high-end experiences, anything is possible if you can afford it. Massage parlors are ubiquitous in most shopping malls, averaging around $30, catering to budget travelers. For those staying in 5-star hotels or the wealthy elite, the experience escalates to $400 nice $500, sometimes including private meetings in luxury cars with chauffeurs, private rooms, and personal services. In 2025, social researchers noted that illegal adult entertainment activities continued to adapt by utilizing online platforms, including messaging apps and private social media groups, making control more difficult for authorities. Some high-end nightclubs in Jakarta maintained discreet operations, only opening to regulars and invited guests, creating an underground market that persisted despite crackdown campaigns. According to 2025 data, the majority of adult entertainment venues remained concentrated in 3 North Jakarta districts, with an estimated more than 1,200 establishments operating discreetly, posing a significant challenge to urban management and the law. Jakarta illustrates a paradox. Strict laws regarding sexual conduct exist, yet a complex, sophisticated, and constantly adapting underground world persists. Services, from budget-friendly to high-end, all have their own customer base and continue to operate thanks to online technology and social media, highlighting the contrast between legal regulations and social realities. Number 11. Buton, the rarest blue-eyed tribe in Southeast Asia. On the island of Buton, amidst a community mostly composed of people with black eyes, the Buton tribe stands out with their rare natural blue eyes, making them one of the most unique and precious tribes in Southeast Asia. Some individuals possess both blue eyes, while others have one blue eye and one black eye, creating a distinctive appearance. The island spans 4,700 km², with a population of approximately 450,000, comprising numerous small, isolated tribes living in a nearly primitive state. Scientists explain that the blue eyes are the result of Waardenburg syndrome, an extremely rare genetic condition occurring in only 1 in 42,000 people. In 2025, approximately 50 to 60 Buton individuals were recorded as still possessing this trait, with their DNA providing valuable data on ancient migration patterns and the genetic diversity of Southeast Asia. Some community groups still perform traditional rituals to honor their family origins, in which children are guided to recognize rare genetic traits, aiming to preserve their unique genetic value. The Buton people live in stilt houses on the sea, their diet consisting mainly of seafood, plantains, and sea vegetables. Their blue eyes shine like jewels against the backdrop of their distinctive Indonesian features, making them stand out in the community. 2025 studies noted that the combination of blue and black eyes enhances adaptation to strong sunlight, and the vision of blue-eyed individuals is 30% sharper than average, aiding in the identification of small aquatic creatures and the monitoring of the surrounding environment in the harsh island conditions. Furthermore, blue-eyed Buton people are often chosen to lead community rituals, acting as inspirational figures in cultural activities, helping to maintain social cohesion and pass on their unique genetic knowledge to the next generation. These data reflect the strong existence of an extremely rare genetic trait and the vibrant cultural value of Buton in 2025. Number 12. Bajau, the merman who held his breath for 13 minutes in the deep sea. Let's explore the Bajau tribe, famously known as the real-life mermaids of Southeast Asia, who live from Indonesia to the Philippines and Malaysia. They spend 8 to 9 hours a day diving, and some individuals can hold their breath for up to 13 minutes at depths of 60 meters without oxygen tanks. Even the least skilled can dive 20 meters for 5 minutes with wooden goggles and homemade weight belts. They make a living by fishing, catching between 1 and 8 kilograms of fish, octopus, or squid each day, and by 2025, some members of the tribe had adopted deep sea diving techniques to collect valuable lobsters and mussels, increasing their community income. Baj children do not learn to read or write, but instead learn how to hunt seafood, row boats, and determine ocean currents, while adults intentionally puncture their eardrums to reduce pain during deep-sea diving, resulting in hearing loss. Their eyesight is twice as sharp as that of the average person, allowing them to easily spot small fish and coral underwater. They live in simple stilt houses on the sea, their diet consisting mainly of seafood, plantains, and some sea vegetables. To protect themselves from the sun, they mix cassava starch with water, dry it, and apply it to their faces. Some data from 2025 suggests they use short breathing techniques to maximize oxygen storage, combined with a spleen that is 50% larger to hold more red blood cells, allowing them to hold their breath longer. Additionally, some small Baja groups in Indonesia are beginning to combine traditional fishing with experiential tourism, allowing visitors to observe them diving or learn to breathe underwater in safe conditions, creating an additional source of income while maintaining traditional rituals. Their extraordinary swimming and diving abilities, combined with their age-old lifestyles and uniquely adapted body structure, make the Baja one of the world's most unique nomadic sea tribes, thriving into 2025. Number 13. Hari Kartini, a day when women are celebrated through knowledge. Every year on April 21st, Indonesia celebrates Hari Kartini, honoring women with a revolutionary spirit and social education. Unlike Mother's Day in the US, this festival emphasizes education, awareness, and respect for women's roles in the community. Millions of girls, dressed in traditional kebaya and batik, participate in public speaking competitions, essay writing, theatrical performances, and ethnic fashion shows. In 2025, schools in Yogyakarta and Bandung organized over 200 academic and artistic activities related to Hari Kartini, encouraging students to learn about women's rights, Indonesian female leaders, and the historical contributions of their families. Some places also hold role reversal ceremonies, where boys dress in women's clothing and perform household chores and caregiving tasks, aiming to increase understanding and respect for women. In 2025, NGOs also implemented life skills and leadership workshops for girls, helping to boost their confidence and self-determination. Companies and government agencies utilize this day to organize workshops on gender equality, awareness campaigns, and community activities. The highlight of Hari Kartini is its educational, cultural, and traditional spirit, which is not commercialized, nor does it involve expensive gifts or flowers, but rather celebrates women through understanding and action. By 2025, data shows that over 1.5 million students and 3,200 schools across Indonesia participated in Hari Kartini activities, demonstrating the profound influence of this holiday in preserving traditions, promoting sex education, social equality, and community culture. This festival clearly illustrates the blend of ancient tradition and modern innovation in Indonesia, creating educational and inspiring opportunities for the younger generation, while raising awareness of the role of women in modern society. Number 14. Indonesian hijab, the intersection of faith and culture. In Indonesia, the world's largest Muslim-majority country, the headscarf, hijab, is both a cultural and religious symbol, reflecting both personal devotion and a connection to its rich cultural heritage. Made from chiffon, silk, or cotton, hijabs come in a variety of colors and styles, allowing women to express their individuality while still covering their hair, neck, and chest, honoring Allah. In 2025, statistics showed that approximately 60% of Indonesian women aged 15 to 45 wore hijabs daily, particularly in cities like Jakarta, Bandung, and Yogyakarta, combining modern and traditional styles. In Bali, Hindu women still cover their heads during ceremonies to express humility and respect for the deities, demonstrating that head covering is not merely a religious expression, but also a diverse cultural tradition. Cultural researchers in 2025 note that many Buton women and women from other minority tribes also wear headscarves or veils during ceremonies to express their connection to their ancestors and community, even if they are not Muslim. Women wearing hijabs also maintain strict social distance from men, avoiding physical contact, instead communicating through polite words and restrained gestures, demonstrating dignity, humility, and respect for social values. Some schools in 2025 have implemented hijab education programs, helping students understand its cultural, religious, and social significance, thereby raising awareness of women's rights and local customs. In Indonesia, the hijab is therefore both religious, cultural, and a tool for social education, reflecting how Indonesian women integrate ancient traditions with modern life, maintaining their reverence and individuality. Number 15. Extreme cuisine. Bats, snakes, sago worms, and snake blood. Indonesian cuisine transcends boundaries with its unique and sometimes shocking dishes. On the island of Java, people enjoy sakar, grilled lizard meat skewers topped with a spicy peanut sauce, believed to cure skin diseases and asthma. In northern Sulawesi, paniki, forest bat meat cooked in coconut milk, chili peppers, and strong spices, remains a popular dish, especially believed to cure asthma and allergies. In eastern regions like Maluku and Papua, sago worms, larvae that live in sago palms or coconuts, are often eaten raw, grilled, or boiled, served with spicy fish sauce. The streets of Jakarta are famous for cobra skewers, served with red onions, sweet soy sauce, and spicy peanut sauce. By 2025, some local eateries will even serve cobra skewers combined with seaweed and medicinal herbs, believed to boost stamina and the immune system. Furthermore, arak, a concoction made from snake blood and honey, is still believed by some Indonesian men to enhance libido and sexual health, and is popular in traditional festivals and folk rituals. According to culinary researchers, children in some Maluku villages learn how to prepare sago worms from a young age, while people in Papua combine sago worms with native leaves to create nutritious dishes. These dishes not only provide protein, but also play an important role in religious rituals, where food is considered a bridge between humans and the spirit world. These dishes reflect cultural diversity, a blend of survival, folk medicine, and belief, strongly present in the daily lives of Indonesians in 2025. And let me know if you're interested in visiting Indonesia after learning about the amazing aspects of this country. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so we can see you in our next video. Thank you so much for your time with us today. I hope you enjoyed it. Your support truly means a lot. If you have any thoughts or stories you'd like to share, please leave a comment below. We'll see you soon.